Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and today is a video I wanted to do last week, but I hated the way it came out, so we're redoing it. I'm gonna be recreating a look I used to do all the time. Blue eyeshadow and like a ton of black eyeliner. And I have a couple of pictures here I'm gonna show you where I'm wearing that look. I wore it all the time. I just loved blue eyeshadow with black eyeliner about 15 years ago. So I'm going to be recreating it using products I already own. I thought about going to repurchase the products, but I don't know, I'd just rather just use what I have. So back then, I didn't wear any base products at all. All I wore was eyeshadow, eyeliner, and mascara. And I remember buying an eyebrow pencil, just kind of filling in, because I have really thin eyebrows, and I remember just kind of drawing a line to kind of connect them here. But that's all I kind of did. I didn't wear anything else. And then I got really into face powder, and then I started wearing face powder, and then that's it. So I'm gonna do my best to recreate the look, but I'm gonna add a couple of products. I'm gonna add a little blush and a little highlighter, but for the most part, I'm gonna keep it kind of authentic to the way I would do it and how I would do it now if I was recreating that look. But then the only thing I would change about my makeup back then is I would add an eye primer. Were eye primers a thing 15 years ago? I have no idea. But I already put eye primer on, the Morphe eyelid primer, of course. I love this stuff. And I would wear an eye primer because the eyeshadow I wore all the time, this is the exact one that's in these pictures. It's from Wet n Wild. They used to have these single eyeshadows called Mega Eyes. And this is the shade Cornflower Blue that I was obsessed with. I'm not even kidding you. I couldn't put this down, but it faded all the time. And I remember anytime I wore it, I had to take it with me to kind of retouch up. I'm not going to use that today. I tried to use it not too long ago, but it doesn't have a lot of pigment left to it. It fades so quickly. So I'm going to pull in some other blue eyeshadows to recreate the look. This is actually the ColourPop Blue Moon eyeshadow palette, but I depotted it. So I brought them all out and put them in here. I think there's one missing, but it's fine. ColourPop's Blue Moon eyeshadow palette is definitely, hands down, the best blue eyeshadow I've used in my life. It's amazing. I don't know if they still have this palette, but I think they do have another blue palette, but I'm not sure if it's the same. But anyway, this is what we're going to use today. Let me show you the pictures first, because we're going to do eyes first. So how can I show you this with blocking out the other people? Here we go. So here's one right here. Look at that blue eyeshadow. This was at an anime convention, and here I am wearing like a little maid thing on my hair. Can you see this that well? But yeah, there's the blue eyeshadow and the black eyeliner. There's also another picture here with the black eyeliner and my little haircut. But yeah, I was crazy about black eyeliner. And then this is the one that I think about all the time with the black eyeliner and the blue eyeshadow. And as you can see, I have no other makeup on my face. This actually has a timestamp on the back, January 24th, 2008. Oh, look at me, little baby over here. I loved that hair color that I had. I wore it for years and years, and then they discontinued the color that I used all the time, and then I could never really figure it out. And then I got bored of the upkeep because red hair color bleeds like crazy in the shower, and it just, the upkeep on this hair color was just not realistic. Or it was realistic, I just didn't want to do it. But this is the look I'm going to be recreating, except I'm going to add some bronzer and some blush and highlight, but for the most part we're going to keep the same eyes. So for the eyeshadow, I'm going to kind of just bounce around the colors here. I'm going to use a couple, maybe this lighter one, darker one on the outer corner, something like that. But as far as the way I did my makeup or anything like that, I wouldn't change anything. But like I said, the only thing I would change is an eye primer, just because it faded so much. And I think I would also get a different eyeliner, because I remember the eyeliner I was buying, because I worked at Walgreens at the time. I still work at Walgreens, but at that time I had just started, that picture I showed you with the red hair, I just started the year before. And suddenly my world was opened to all of these products because I was working in the beauty department. So all I did was kind of look at all the products all the time and see what was there. But of course I was buying all the cheapest stuff. So Wet n Wild still makes their eyeliner pencils, the ones that are this long, for like 99 cents. That's what I was using. And I remember using it till I couldn't even fit it in the sharpener anymore, and then I would buy another one. And I remember it just didn't work that well. It would like transfer like crazy. I remember for some reason it would like bleed down my face. And I remember one time seeing it in the mirror and my dad was there and I was like, why didn't you tell me I had this lines all over my face? And he said, I thought you wanted it like that. And I was like, oh, well, what if I did want it like that? And then he's like, oh, you got makeup all over your face, you know? But anyway, that's all I really used. So eyeshadow, it was that Wet n Wild Icon one, Wet n Wild eyeliner. The mascara that I wore obsessively. I mean, this mascara and the eyebrow pencil I was using are probably the two most purchased products in my entire life. It's the Revlon Brow Fantasy and the Almay One Coat Thickening Mascara. I don't think they make that anymore. I'm pretty sure they probably rebranded it or something. But that mascara to me was the absolute best. And I used it forever. I mean, I probably purchased 100 tubes of it. Like, I'm not even joking. All the time. Same with that eyebrow pencil. Definitely my most repurchased product. And I kind of want to repurchase them just to see if they're the way I remember. But I'm afraid they're not going to be the way that I remember, you know? I don't want to ruin the good memories I've had with it. So this eyeshadow, I don't know if you could see how it's stuck right there. It did this in the exact same spot, in that exact pattern, the last time I tried to do this. I don't know what that is. It's got to be something with my skin. But I put eye primer on. I wonder why it's doing that. Alright, back then, of course, I wasn't using anything on my face other than that face powder. And I don't remember if I was using it then or not, but it either looks like I'm wearing just straight, flat face powder or nothing. I couldn't tell you. But I am going to use some concealer, the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. I'm just going to use this to even out my skin tone a little bit because I don't feel confident enough to wear blue eyeshadow, mascara, and eyebrows and no other face makeup. Or do I? I don't know. Not today. I do feel like putting on some concealer. Oh shoot, you know what I meant? I brought this out too because I wanted to use it. The Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector, but I already put the concealer on. Darn it. Another day. I'll use that another day. And I am going to do some under eye concealer as well. Back then, I didn't do that. But now I just feel like, I don't know if I just see my dark circles more often, but I feel like once you start putting makeup on your face, your under eyes become more noticeable. So maybe if I wasn't doing mascara or concealer or powder or anything, I wouldn't even notice them. But I am going to do some under eye concealer. And I'm going to be using, of course, Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector, my little baby. And I remember the face powder I was using very vividly. It was the face powder that I got really into when I discovered face powder, was the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Pressed Powder. They used to have this other line where the packaging was kind of different. It was like more like green and leaves and stuff were on it. If I could find a picture, I'll put it up here, but I cleaned out those powders left and right, and then one day they stopped making it. So I moved on to the Revlon Color Stay powder. That same thing, I was cleaning out those compacts like crazy. I don't have either of those anymore, and I was gonna repurchase them for the video, but I knew I would just use them for the video. So I'm gonna put some powder on, the Too Faced Multi-Use Complexion Powder, another little baby of mine. I actually hit pan on it, look how exciting. Using up another one. And I'm just gonna powder a little bit. I'm not gonna put as much as I used to. Because I didn't use concealer back then, I would use that powder as like a makeup, and I was wearing so much of it because I was using so much to get it to even out my skin tone and cover up redness or whatever I had going on over that time. So I would put on a ton of it. Not gonna do that now. I look so ghostly in the camera, but I don't think I look that ghostly in real life. I am gonna put on a little bit of bronzer. Where did I put my bronzer? Did I put it away? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna use the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in the shade Sunlight. This was the first bronzer I ever used that made me love bronzer. The bronzer that I had purchased before this one was the Body Shop. Remember that one that everybody loved? The Body Shop, like honeycomb or honey, whatever. I didn't know what it was, but everybody had it that I watched on YouTube. So I went and purchased it, but I didn't know how to use it. I'm not even joking you. I didn't even know what bronzer was. I didn't know how to put it on. So it looked dumb. I didn't really like it. I was like, this is not looking right. And then when I got brushes and I figured out what bronzer was, this was the first one I purchased and I loved it so much. This is my second one that I've had, and I feel like you could see the rings a little bit of the pan. I feel like I'm gonna hit pan soon because I could kind of see, I don't know, a little dip right there. So a little bronzer. I also never used highlighter back then. I don't think I even knew what it was, or was there even highlighter 15 years ago? I feel like back then the highlighters that existed were more like a makeup artist trick to highlight certain features. It wasn't what we know highlighter to be now, which is shimmer on the cheekbones. But I am going to use some, the Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade 250. I think this one is called Molten Pearl. I love this highlighter a lot, and I'm going to demo it today. I did mention this in my favorites video for October. Just a little highlight, and then the blush I'm going to be using is something that's not going to pull any attention away from my blue eyes, my blue eyeshadow. I love this highlight so much. I think it's so pretty. And then the blush, of course, is going to be Revlon Powder Blush in the shade Naughty Nude. Another one I had just mentioned in my October favorites. So I'm just going to get a little of this. I feel like just having these other steps kind of grounds the look a little bit, or not grounds it, but maybe completes it. So just wanted to add a couple of steps. I was trying my hardest to kind of keep it to the look that I did then, but I can't. I gotta add some extra steps. All right, a little bit of blush just to kind of bring some life to these cheeks. And then we're gonna finish up the eyebrows real quick and then continue on with the eyeshadow. So eyebrows back then I had a really hard time with eyebrows back then, as if they're amazing now. But I had a hard time finding brow products. So I remember going to Sephora, and because I just thought, well, who's gonna know the thing about eyebrow pencils? Because I just thought that Sephora would know what they're talking about, right? And I asked the girl that was there, I'm looking for an eyebrow pencil. And of course, back then my hair was so bright. She picked me out an eyebrow pencil that was the same color as the artificial color in my hair. It was red. I mean, red. And she put it on me and she was asking me how it looked, and I was like, I don't want red eyebrows. Like, even if my hair was white, I would still want dark brown eyebrows. I don't know, I just don't like that look on me of having my eyebrows the exact same color of my red hair. I don't know. But I felt so weird, so I bought it anyway. It was a Laura Mercier pencil. I remember it very well. I bought that, and then she also talked me into buying a pen from Anastasia, and it was like a marker, like a felt tip marker pen, like you would think an eyeliner would be. And I bought that too, but every time I tried to use it, it would like bleed into my skin. You know how your skin has little lines, like a fingerprint? That's what it was doing, and I'm like, there's no way. So I returned them, and then I was hoping so bad she wouldn't be there because I bought them because she thought they were amazing. But I did end up returning them. And then I bought a Maybelline Define-A-Brow pencil, but still a little too warm for me. And then one day I discovered the Revlon Brow Fantasy in dark brown or dark brunette. I don't remember the color. I feel like it was dark brown. And I fell in love with it. It's a pencil on one end and a gel on the other, and I had never used a brow gel before. And I loved it. I bought it for years and years until I started just experimenting with other things. And I remember getting one of the Sephora favorite sets a few years ago. Remember when they did the favorite sets, but they were only like one a year, and it was like a big old superstars thing? I bought one of those, and it had an Anastasia brow pencil in it, the Brow Wiz. So I started using that, and then I never went back to Brow Fantasy. I just started trying other things, and then brow products to me suddenly became really fun. And yeah, I just never went back. But that's my brow story on why I found the Brow Fantasy. I just love it so much. That's one I think I might want to repurchase just to see like if it's still any good. All right, so time for a crap load of eyeliner. So the eyeliner I pulled out, was the Revlon Color Stay Cream Gel Eyeliner. They don't make this anymore, I don't think. I did a video on these a couple of years ago and how much I loved them, and then suddenly they disappeared. I don't know. But the pencils I was using back then was that big old Wet n Wild pencil and the Rimmel Exaggerate pencil. And I have one, it was in my little emergency thing that I have in my locker at work, and I opened it to use it in that video, and it was like, I've never seen an eyeliner go bad before, but that one had gone bad. So, all right, I feel like I'm a little too bright, but it's fine. So I'm just gonna load up on this eyeliner. I'm gonna do a real thick line on top of my lashes, as well as the waterline and a little bit on the lower lash line. But I want to kind of blend some blue eyeshadow into that black line on the lower lash line. So I'm not gonna do a ton of black eyeliner down there, but we'll see what I end up doing. So let's just go for it. Oh my gosh, this pencil is so smooth. Like, look how quickly it's transferring, and I'm barely touching my eyelid. I cannot believe they discontinued this. Maybe they just renamed it or rebranded it, because I've used their Color Stay pencils and they are like dry. They drag and tug. They're just not good. So I hope they still have this. Maybe it's just rebranded. All right, do I do more? Like, look how different it looks just with a little eyeliner. So I'm gonna do a little on the waterline and then a little bit on the lower lash line, and we'll be right back. It's looking all right. So let's get that blue eyeshadow and kind of just smudge that liner around and see if I could get it to kind of blend. So I think it'll look really cool with the black eyeliner and then, like, I don't know, like blue mixed in there. Let's go all the way across with the blue. Why not? And I also feel like doing it I'm gonna put a little highlighter in the inner corner just for fun. I just feel like doing something to kind of break up that black line that I drew right there. Perfect. All right, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I kind of want to put a little bit darker blue on the outer corner just to kind of, I don't know, a little bit of depth on the outer corner. Let's do, I kind of want to do maybe this one here, just like a little tiny bit. Just like a little dab. So I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes mascara. And then I think, depending on how much I can build this up, I think I'm going to use the Kaja Lengthening Mascara, the one I've been using on my lower lashes. Oh shoot, I just touched my lid. Darn it. We'll let that dry. Because I really want my lashes to show above the eyeliner. And the mascara I can always depend on to do that, I ran out of. So we're just going to try to build this up. Alright, that is it. I did touch my my mascara a little bit right there, and I'm having a hard time getting it to disappear. So just overlook that for the end of the video. But that is it. How do you think I did? Let me pull that picture out again. Recreating, I know you can't really see the blue as much, but I love the way that this came out. I'm so glad I redid it because I did this video last week. I hated the way my makeup came out. I used like foundation and everything and I didn't like it. So I'm glad I kept it really light on the skin. I love the blush is just a nice little thing, but not in competition with the eyes. I love this. I love this look. I love this amount of eyeliner. I might do this more often. I enjoy this so much. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Have you ever rocked a bunch of blue eyeshadow? I would love to know. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I'll see you later in another video. Goodbye.